The news said everyone is leaving California, but San Jose is experiencing record low inventory. So how could that even make sense? We're going to talk about it today with my personal experience and actual charts. So you know me, I like data, I like charts, and I thought it would be really interesting to look at the sales that I did in 2021 since it was a pretty good number. 21 sellers we helped and 12 buyers. What was the distribution? Where did these people go? What kind of jobs did they have? Because people ask me all the time, who could afford these prices? Where are people going? I thought they were leaving California, but why do we have nothing for sale? So I really wanted to dig into that today. So I hope you find that interesting. Come and look at the computer with me. The news says that in 2010 to 2019, California had the slowest growth ever. 6.1 million people left when only 4.9 million came in. So it was not really people leaving California, but just not as many people coming to replace them, right? So a little bit negative growth there. Fewer births, more deaths, slowing international migration all contributed to this. And the people who are moving out are those without a college degree or lower income because the cost of housing just so expensive, among other things, right? So here's this news article that I found on Public Policy Institute of California. They talk about who's leaving, who's moving in. I really like this article because it has some charts and gives us a little bit more insight. So let's roll down here to California lost adults without a college degree. So that's what I just summarized, and that's what it says here. Even more people in 2015 to 2019 left that were of lower education, and higher education people were pretty consistent, a little less people in the last half of the 2010 decade. Here is talking about their income levels. So lower income people versus middle versus higher. As you can see, lower and middle income definitely dropped in both sections when they split up the 2010 to 2014 and 2015 to 2019. But higher income, they both grew. So that's telling you that people with higher education are coming for the higher income jobs here for the tech companies. That's what I think anyway. So let's see if I saw that actually happening in my personal business. Our listings in 2021 consisted of 21 sellers. We had 12 buyers that we helped, but let's focus on the sellers right now. Were people actually leaving California? Of those 21 sellers, where did they go? What did they do? So 8 people left California for a total of 38%. 8 people relocated within California, left just San Jose or the Bay Area for another 38%. I think they were taking advantage of Prop 19, retiring in most cases, and moving their property tax basis to somewhere else that wasn't quite so busy or expensive. And then 3 local move-ups, meaning they owned property in the area, but they had to sell a smaller home or a home that wasn't in a great school district to relocate to a home for their growing family. And then 2 sellers who liquidated a second property, whether it was an investment property or an inheritance. So where are those buyers coming from that are buying all these houses? Granted, we just don't have much inventory, and I'm sure you've seen in my market updates the charts. Let's actually look at my website to get a quick preview of that. So if you go over to my website, to the market stats, San Jose, California real estate trends, you're gonna see the update of the market. This is a chart of San Jose specifically since 2012. And what I'm talking about is this inventory line, this yellow line, is so extremely low. So if people are leaving California, do they not own homes? What's going on, right? I only saw 38% of people leaving California that owned a home in my personal experience, but there is just no inventory. So the inventory sure isn't telling the full story. Maybe it's renters that are leaving California? I mean, I don't know, right? So who's moving in? Who's coming in? Who's pushing these prices up because inventory is so low? There is such an amazing demand. Just yesterday, I had a property experience 18 offers, all really strong offers. So that sure is a lot of buyers trying to come in to compete for this very low inventory. So who are those buyers? Well, I definitely am seeing that they are a higher education, and that's what the news article said, like we talked about. And California generally is losing people with college degrees or lower education and gaining those with them to work those high-tech jobs, I'm sure. So in our experience, the 12 buyers we helped, we had 4 move up local. If you recall from the sellers, there was 3. And one of these, it's because they sold their property actually in 2020 and bought in 2021. So they got split. There were 4 renters that moved into the home ownership market, 2 young first-time home buyers who moved out of home to buy their own place. They were living with their parents before. 1 brand new to the area, relocating from another country actually, so internationally coming in. and one who bought an investment property. So the jobs of these 2021 buyers, that's what it kind of is interesting. I think 3 of the 12 had 2 incomes in high tech. 8 just had 1 high tech income, and 1 was a non-tech job but was in finance supporting tech. So as you can see, higher educated people coming to work for these high tech companies definitely are those who are buying in this area. And they can afford it even though it's expensive. So we definitely have more demand than inventory, and today's tech worker can afford to buy here. That is for sure. So thank you so much for joining me on this little research study. I hope you found some value. If you've got any questions, please like or comment below. I'd love to start a discussion with you or maybe dig into this at another level. Thank you.